you?
I'm so well. How are you doing?
I'm brilliant. We're here now, so I'm really, really excited.
Me too.
Thank you so much. Hey, look, there are thousands of fans who are counting down for the new season. I mean, did you ever dream that it would get this big?
No, absolutely not. No, I had no idea. I knew that it was doing well at the point that I joined because I joined in season 3, as you know. So it already had this momentum going. But no, like it's just absolutely taken off. And I really got to experience just how big it was after season 3. And I got sort of like, I was so well received. The fan base, by the way, is the very best. This is the kindest fan base on the planet. It's the nicest. So thank you in advance to everybody for your sweetness because it's like next level.
We've got some eager fans who I know we've got people coming in from Italy and here in New Zealand, which is 5 o'clock, UK, the Netherlands, all over, and they've just been emailing backwards and forwards saying, I'm so excited, so excited. So, yeah, yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, Virgin River is so global.
It's awesome.
Cool.
Okay, so we are going to go to Italy first, and we've got a question from Kate and Liz for you.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm so good. How are you guys?
Well, fine.
Fine, thanks.
Where in Italy? Sorry, I know you're going to ask a question, but where in Italy are you?
Yeah.
Near Venice.
Okay. I've been to Venice. I feel cool. Awesome.
Yeah, so we would like to ask you if Brady and Brie relationship is going to change.
Because we would like to know if Brie is going to find real love in this season. And we would like to thank you from Italy. And we can say we are Team Brady, not Team Mike.
Okay, all right. This is good. So, first, I'm not giving anything away by saying you will see more of Brie and Brady, or some people call them Briotti. So yes, when you say, will she find real love, it really depends on how you define real love. I will say this, Brie deserves good, healthy, balancing love. And I think that she wants that for herself as well. And so she's fighting for that. But she's got some stuff to work through. She's got some wounds to work through. She has to heal from what happened with her last relationship. And so I think there'll be some more of that coming next season. I love that you're Team Brady. They are really good together. I know they've got they have their whole thing. But yeah, Bree's on a journey right now to fight for her own heart, but Brady's part of that. You'll see. I can't give too many spoiler alerts, so hopefully that's satisfying enough for now.
Thank you so much for your answer.
Thank you. Okay, we are going to go. Oh, actually, Marilyn hasn't quite joined yet, so we might come back to Marilyn. So, Zibby, I've got to tell you a bit of a story. You've just dropped off.
Have I?
No, you're still. Oh, there you are. There you go. Cool. So a bit of a story. There are two ladies on here, Kerry and Marisa, and there's some others as well that I'm going to talk about. But Kerry messaged me a couple of weeks ago, and last year she was on this chat with you, and they decided there was a group of 5 of them who had never met. They decided that they would meet up and go and visit the filming locations of Virgin River, these complete strangers. So there was 2 from, I think it was 2 from US, 1 from UK and 2 from Canada. And now that group has grown, and so there are 10 of them, including 1 from Ireland and 1 from New Zealand, who are actually going to visit you guys filming in July. So
oh my gosh!
Yeah, we're going to cross over to Kerry, who's actually sitting with Marisa at the moment, and Kerry has been like the driving force getting these ladies together. So Kerry, what's your question? And Marisa, I've got you to ask a question later on in the piece.
Thank you.
That's amazing, by the way. That's some serious organization, and I'm so impressed. And I love that a bunch of strangers have come together over Virgin River, and like you're having these adventures. That is so cool. So wait, are we gonna meet in July? Like, how's this gonna?
Well, no, they're going to visit the sets. They would.
Okay. I was like, well, all right, maybe. All right, we'll figure it out. Okay.
Yep.
Anyway, bye.
Hello. So the funny thing is that I'm at Marisa's house in the UK right now. We met in October, and I actually was on a European cruise that ended in Dover. So she came and got me this morning. My family's in London, but she came and got me so I could spend the night with her and do this. So we're real excited. And I'm from Virginia. And we met through Virgin River.
Wow, that is the coolest story. My goodness.
We all became friends last year, and we visited all the places, and it was great.
Oh my gosh, that is so cool. Well, congratulations. Like, so is this your, wow, that's bananas. I'm so impressed.
And this is my first time in England. Actually, my first time in Europe was this last couple weeks.
So you're on a total adventure. Where in England exactly is it?
In Kent.
Kent, okay.
Please, yeah.
Yeah, nice. I was just there. I was just in the UK. My husband and I were just in Edinburgh, Scotland, and then also Northern Ireland, a little bit where he's from. So yeah, I was close-ish to you.
Yeah. Okay, so my question, and listen to the whole thing, because it has like, it's one question, but you can look at it from two different views. What is your favorite type of role to play, or what type of role would you like to play? So maybe there's a kind you haven't played yet. So an example would be like the comedic role, a romantic role, a villain, horror, whatever.
Okay.
You think?
Right. I love comedy. I miss comedy. I love comedy and drama equally, truly. I was classically trained. I came up in the theater. I studied at the American Conservatory Theater in San Francisco. And so, you know, I learned to sort of like play inside of all the genres. But I mean, I have a real, I love laughing. I love making people laugh. And I like being playful. I like being playful on set. Even if we're doing a drama, we're very playful on Virgin River, even in the heavy scenes, you know, when we break, when they call cut, there's lots of laughter. So I miss comedy. I'd love to go back to comedy at some point. I did a little bit of work in the multi-camera sitcom world, which is such a different world. It's like, you know, when you watch those TV shows that have a laugh track where there's, and often you film those in front of a live audience. And I've done some of that work before, and it's really fun. It's almost like doing theater again. It's like a play on crack, I always say. So I'd love to do some multi-camera sitcom again, but also I've always wanted to do a period drama where, you know, like, you know, something the likes of Downton Abbey or Versailles or Bridgerton. I think it would be really, really fun just to get dressed up in all those costumes and revisit, you know, a time in history in the storytelling realm. So there's lots I still want to do, but honestly, it's not necessarily one genre that I'm obsessed with. It's just, I love playing and I hope I get to do, you know, continue to do like a variety of different genres over the course of my career. It's really fun to play a romantic lead though in Virgin River. I've actually never done that until this show. So it's been fun to dip my toes in that world.
You've done an excellent job.
Thank you. It's
Looking
fun.
forward to more of it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kerry. We're actually now going to come to New Zealand, where I am, and we've got Avril. Now, Avril is one of the ladies who is joining the group of, actually it's 11, who is going over in July. So Avril is so excited. So what's your question?
Hi, Zibby.
Hi.
It's lovely to meet you for a start. And not so much a question at this stage, but I really miss your absolutely crazily ridiculous wacky jokes. They're not there anymore. And the actual question, which is really light-hearted, have you ever got your husband to laugh at them?
My God, I love you. So you must be paying attention to my Instagram.
Absolutely, I love them.
Thank you. You might be the only person that finds my humor at all interesting or funny. Certainly my husband doesn't. No, one of my favorite things to do is pester my husband. He has a great sense of humor and he's very funny and we laugh a lot together. But he is the most even-keeled human being. He never breaks. He's very patient. And while he does have a great sense of humor, what he doesn't care as much about, and I happen to love, is I love puns and like really bad jokes, like dad jokes, you know what I mean? So I'm constantly trying to break him. Of course, I will go back to that. I always need to find like a theme. I don't know, back during when we were filming, I tried to crack up the cast with my Halloween themed puns, and then I brought that home and tried to. So I'm sure this coming season, when we start filming again, I'll find all kinds of reasons to bring my annoying, pestery humor to everybody. Yeah, whenever I can get my husband to crack, it's like the most satisfying thing in the entire world. But he's a tough audience.
Well, it was down to Kerry inviting me to this group that I've ended up. Well, I'd actually already booked my tickets to Canada, and I thought, stuff it. After COVID, I'm going to let rip. And
yes.
She said, come and join the group. She said, having a Kiwi with us just might help.
I think this is so cool. Also, that time of year in British Columbia, I mean, is as beautiful as it looks in the show. It is so stunning. You'll all absolutely love it. I'm just completely blown away by this.
I'm all packed, ready to go, because it's winter here, and so I can pack my summer gear, so I'm all sorted. I just get on that plane.
Yeah, you're just counting down the minutes. Well, it'll be any day now. July's nearly here. It's absolutely.
I know. It's less than 3 weeks. It's 3 weeks, just over 3 weeks.
Wow, awesome.
I'm there for a month. The one other thing, please could you and Brady dance more? Oh my God, you are so cool. That was so sexy. I loved it.
Still can't believe people thought that was cool because I was so nervous. I mean, I was like sweating under the armpits. I was like, I don't know how to dance, you guys. I felt like a Muppet. And the fact that it turned out like that is really, I was as shocked as anyone else that like it looked even halfway cool.
Oh,
but I do like
absolutely awesome.
I'm so glad.
Thank you
for all the dancing.
Be lovely to meet.
Thank you.
Zibby.
Thank you.
Bye.
I'd like to know, Zibby, are you writing anything at the moment? You're a very creative person. You play all these musical instruments, direct. Yeah, are you writing anything?
Yeah, actually I am. I'm always writing music with my friends. I can't say it's good music. It's probably kind of bad music, but I love writing it anyway. It doesn't matter. And I'm working with a writing partner right now on a project. We have the life rights to a really fascinating woman named Aggie Underwood. She's no longer with us, but she was the first female editor-in-chief of any newspaper, but specifically the Los Angeles Herald, back in the 1930s during the golden era. And she covered all the true crimes that happened in Los Angeles during that time. So we're creating a series, a television series around her life, which was, as you can imagine, very, controversial and complex. And she was really steeped in that whole web of, Hollywood celebrity, criminal, politician, mobster, glam and grit. And so we're working on that slow and steady. It's a long process, but yeah.
Oh, wow. Exciting. Very cool.
Yeah.
So we are now going to go to a fellow teacher who is in Pennsylvania, Elizabeth. Elizabeth, are you on with us?
Yes, I am. Hi, Zibby. Thank you so much for taking the time with us Virgin River fans. As a teacher, I could say that all my teacher friends and I, we watched the show. We're counting down the days to July. I know with teachers, it was very difficult, as you can imagine, with COVID these past couple of years. Online learning, in-person learning, back and forth. So we're enjoying our summer, but we cannot wait until July 20th. We're going to stream it all in one day. So my question for you is, can you describe season 4 using 3 words?
Ooh.
Oh my gosh, that is such a teacher question. Okay, yes, I will try. I can't say it's going to be great, but first, I love your names. Zibby is short for Elizabeth, so we have that in common. And also, I just want to say thank you to you, and I know B, and all of you, any of you who are teachers. I feel like it's a forever underappreciated role in our society, and I cannot imagine what that was like for all of you during COVID. But I'm so grateful. You're like the angels of the planet, and so thank you for the work that you do and the way you show up for the children of our planet, especially during these times. So epic. I just had to say it. Okay, 3 words. Such a teacher question. Okay. Complex.
Okay.
Criminal.
Ooh.
And romantic.
Okay.
There's a lot. They left us with some serious cliffhangers. So we have a lot of ground to cover, and it gets complex, but I think it's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know for one that when they announced that it was 12 episodes this season, we're like, yes!
Yeah, I know. We were too.
2 extra hours of just sitting. I know that my Apple Watch will not move any of the rings, but that's totally okay.
It's fine. So. You deserve it. I'm glad it's happening on your break as well. That's cool.
Yes. Well, it was funny because a group of us, we were telling our principal, and we're like, well, just to let you know that if it comes out during the school year, we're going to have to all take a personal day. And she was like, no, the sub shortage, no. So we're very glad that it's coming out in the summer.
That's amazing. No, we planned it that way. It was for the teachers.
Let's just
great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Awesome. I just wanted to say hello to all those people that are watching live at the moment, and so we have got some questions coming in for you, Zibby. So I'll put them in shortly. But we are going to Sue, who is in Nebraska.
Hello.
Hi, Sue.
Hi. I'm from the Midwest here in Omaha, Nebraska, and actually my 18-year-old grandson got me hooked on Virgin River, believe it or not.
Yes, grandson coming through. That's awesome.
Yeah, really. So we've talked about the new season coming up and stuff. So yeah, it's great. My question that I have for you goes back to your music. Would you ever consider writing a song and singing it for the Virgin River soundtrack?
Oh my gosh, what a question. As soon as you say that, I'm like getting nervous sweats. So I don't know that I could actually bring myself to do it. I love the idea. I could probably write it and then not sing it. I'm more shy about singing than I am writing. I don't think Virgin River, I don't think I'm cool enough for my music to be on Virgin River. But, who knows? You never know. I could crank out something with my friend Ian that is worthy of Virgin River one of these days, but it's probably more of a confidence issue at this point. Not only that, but we have actually an amazing, I'm sure you all know, like the music supervisor for the show, she curates such a great soundtrack for Virgin River. So I'd also have to get friendly with her and sort of talk her into even listening to my music. She's amazing. She's won lots of awards. Leslie, I can't remember her last name, but I'll give her a shout out on my Instagram. She's extraordinary. Do you guys see, by the way, that there's the playlist from last season is on Spotify?
Oh.
If you didn't know that, now you do. You can get on Spotify if you have it. And if you don't know what that is, get your grandson to hook you up. But there's an actual playlist of the of last season's soundtrack, and it's so good. We play it all the time in our house.
I've actually gone on to TuneFind and found all of them, all seasons, and then go on to Apple, and I've purchased probably about 6 of them. So.
Oh, brilliant! You're like way ahead of the game.
Yes,
You're like, I own it all.
And believe me, with what I've heard from your voice on Instagram, you do great.
Oh, I
just know you would do great. Yes.
Thank you
very much.
Yeah, thank you.
So, Zibby, I don't know if you know this, but we've just done a few facts, or found a few facts, and from season three had 2.1 billion minutes viewed from July the 12th to the 18th. So that is...
Oh my gosh.
Yep. So 2.1 billion minutes from July the 12th to the 18th, and that was for season 3. I mean, that's just insane.
That's insane. Wow. I mean, way to do your detective work too. That's so impressive and intimidating. Sometimes I don't even like to think about how many people are actually watching. I like to pretend that it's just like a small handful, like this lovely group, like all my little extended Virgin River family, and that's just about it. But that's a lot of minutes. That's a lot of
that
views.
is a lot of minutes. Yeah. Zibby, I'd like to know, who inspires you?
I mean, I'm inspired. I'm very easily inspired. I'm one of those people that can get online and like scroll through and see somebody being nice to someone and just like instantly cry. In general, I'm inspired by kindness. I think kindness makes the world go around, and I'm always trying to sort of lead with that. And so that's a general one, but I really am inspired, career-wise, by women who really stand in their own worth and their own value and lean into what they're good at and lean into their authentic voices regardless of what people think. Honestly, Alexandra Breckenridge, who plays Mel, who's turned into a great friend, she's inspirational to me. I love watching her navigate this career and this business and being on the show, and I pay attention a lot to what she does and how she does it because I find her to be very inspiring. There are other women actresses, Laura Dern's doing incredible stuff, Shonda Rhimes, who actually created famously Grey's Anatomy and Scandal and Bridgerton, et cetera. She's another one in the writer-creator field that just absolutely inspires me, and I hope I get to work with her many times over. Yeah.
Cool, thank you. We have got a question from Brazil. They're watching this live online, and they asked, when you filmed the Lumberjack Games, was it really cold?
Yes.
Yes?
It was freezing, you guys. It was so cold. Look, one of the best parts about Virgin River is being able to film out in nature in those gorgeous landscapes. But when the weather turns, trying to say lines while your jaw is frozen is equal parts horrifying and hilarious. They give us these vests, which you can't see, like under our costumes, which are battery-powered heat packs to try and keep you warm. But yes, the Lumberjack Games, it was cold and it was wet. And a lot of that you couldn't end up seeing, because of color correction and lighting. But yeah, that was one of the coldest days, I think, on the shoot last season.
I am not someone who enjoys the cold at all. So it's winter here in New Zealand, but it doesn't get as cold, I think, as over there.
Does it not? Does it snow?
It does, but just not where we are. So, yeah.
You're lucky. Yeah. As a California girl, I am not used to that level of cold. So yeah, it's been an adjustment for me.
Yeah.
But all of you going to Canada in July, you won't have to encounter that. It's going to be perfect weather.
Zibby, we've just had another question online from somebody, a fan in the USA, and they have said, would you consider doing an interview with Alex together?
Oh yeah. Are you kidding? Of course. Yeah. Absolutely.
I was going to say, we have got so many people online or just texting through and saying, please make it happen. So,
yes. Well, I would absolutely love to do that. She is, we have great banter and we hang out when we can, when we're able to be in the same city. And she's brilliant.
Awesome.
I always do an interview with her.
Awesome. Okay, so Zibby, we're now off to Dom, who is in the UK. Dom, what's your question for Zibby?
Hi there, Zibby. Thank you for joining us and taking the time to speak with us. Hiya. So my question is really just about how would you characterise the journey that Brie goes through in season 4? I'm quite interested in her emotional journey.
Great. I am too. I was too, going into it. Because, as you know, she's dealing with a lot of PTSD from both her sexual assault and her miscarriage, and she's trying to navigate, having run away from her life and job in Sacramento and whether or not trying to figure out whether or not she wants to stay in Virgin River. So this coming season, without giving anything away, I think the best way I can characterize it is that she's still navigating the PTSD. And what I like about what the writers have done is that they don't wrap it up in this neat little bow where she's great at it, where she's perfect at it, because none of us really are. And so she's doing the best she can, and she's not fully getting it right. But she also has this lovely, I wouldn't call it lovely, but she has this avenue of distraction or something to pour herself into, which is Brady's case, whether or not he shot Jack. And we'll see her put on her lawyer hat and really step into that side of her life and her personality, where she draws a lot of strength. And I think that ends up being really useful for her in terms of giving her, some footing, a good foundation to sort of feel like herself again, as she's still coming off the heels of sort of the weight of what she dealt with last season. So there's that. She does get closer with Mike, and she also finds herself a little entangled in sort of the criminal web of Calvin's, which is interesting. So, a lot of those things are equal distractions that she probably welcomes, but also compound sort of the stress of Brie's emotional journey. Also, I don't know if you've noticed this, but she and Jack, like the Sheridans, really struggle with vulnerability, and they don't like to deal with their feelings directly, and they don't like to ask for help. And so it's cool to see, I think we'll see more of this, is how the Sheridan siblings really have this similar through line. And they're going to have to deal with that at a certain point. There's this famous saying, what you don't deal with deals with you. And I'm really happy that the writers chose to have these two characters who we love, right? Like we love Jack.
Yeah. That's right.
Just not get it right in every department of their lives, because that's really so honest and authentic. So hopefully that's a good enough answer without getting too much away.
That's a great answer. Thank you so much. Can't wait to see it.
All right. Yeah, I know. I'm excited for everyone to see it.
Thanks, Dom. Gosh, Zibby, we've got all these questions coming in thick and fast on everyone who's watching it live.
Okay, I'll try to be quick too.
Okay, so we have got, is your husband Team Brady or Team Mike?
Neither. No. I've never asked him. Guys, I'm going to ask him and I'll post the answer on Instagram.
Yay. Awesome.
I think he's just like Team Bree's happiness. Okay. He's probably going to say that, but I'll let you know on Insta.
Nice.
I'll ask.
Fantastic. Okay, we are going to go back to the USA, and we've got Diane. Diane, what's your question for Zibby?
Hi, Zibby. I love the clothes that you wear on the show, and Alexandra's clothes as well. So I was wondering, do you get to pick out your own wardrobe, and do you get to keep any of them? For example, you wore a really cool black leather jacket, which I absolutely love. I was just wondering if that was yours or you picked it out.
I love that jacket too. I did not get to keep it. No, the wardrobe, the stylists on the show are really talented. They're great. So how it works is we go to a wardrobe fitting, and they have just a rack of clothing and ideas for every scene. And we get some say, like, I'll try on a bunch of outfits, and some just don't look right on me. And some I'm like, oh, I love this. And they'll be like, I love this too. They take photos of the ones that we all feel good about, and then we send them off to producers, and they're the ones who make the executive decision, actually. And as far as keeping wardrobe, not yet. We, because it's an ongoing show, they have to keep all of Brie's clothes in the Brie closet just in case we recycle, which is funny because they never actually do recycle. Like every now and again, Brie would wear that jacket, again, but most of the time it's like a one-off. And so I'm like, can't you just give me that? But not yet, no.
Thank you.
Thank you, Diane. So we have got another question from a fan online, and they have asked, are you and Martin close like brother and sister in real life?
Yeah, there's a very brotherly, sisterly vibe there. He loves to tease me. He knows all my weak spots. Like I have this, I do it every time, and I tell myself I'm not going to, but I, for some reason, always with him, like mention the one thing that like bugs me the most, or like, I can't keep a straight face if anyone gives a fart joke. Like I can't do it. And I made the grave mistake of letting him know that. And so now he just, every opportunity. And same, like he knows all of the things that I'm the most insecure about. and I don't know what it is. Like I always accidentally tell him, and then he loves to tease me about it. But no, but also he's got like a huge heart, and he's somebody I could absolutely confide in. We've had some lovely, honest talks. He and my husband get along. He's wonderful. So I would say, yeah.
Cool. Thank you. So this fan, she has lost count of the amount of time she's actually watched Virgin River. Leah, we are coming to you.
She's responsible for all the billion, whatever that number is.
The million, the billion, yes.
Yeah. What was the question?
Oh, Leah, we can't hear you. That's okay. Can you unmute, Leah? If not, you try and work out how to unmute, and I think you were on mute. As soon as you've worked it out, we can come back to you. Can you hear, Leah, can you ask your question? Nope, still on mute.
Oh, darn.
Maybe Leah, because I was talking to you before. Leah, do you want to hop out of the Zoom? You keep trying to unmute yourself or getting your audio to work, and Leah will come back to you. Yeah? Cool. So we're going to go to India. So, Majula, are you still here?
Yes, I can.
Yes.
I can hear you.
Awesome. What is your question for Zibby?
Hi, Zibby.
Hi.
It's so nice to see you again.
Yes, I remember last time.
Yes. I'm so excited to talk to you again. I really want to thank Belinda for giving us this opportunity to talk to stars like you. You know, it's so unreal. So I'm wishing you all the very best for your new season. Yes, you came in second season, and in third season you literally stole the show. Everybody's eyes were on you and Paddy. You know, we were just so excited and curious what's going to happen. The same curiosity we have this time also. Tell us how you're going to surprise us in season 4. You know, not maybe a little bit hint that could help us.
Oh, that's hard because I can't give anything away. First of all, thank you so much for the things that you said about Brie. I'm still so blown away by how well received she was by the fans, and I'm really grateful for that because it was, you know, it's a scary thing playing a character that's already in a book that people love, and also Jack's sisters. You know, there's some big shoes to fill. So, yes, I will be forever grateful by the kindness of the fans about how much they like Brie. I don't know how Brie will surprise you necessarily. I think, like I alluded to earlier, she is. We're going to see how good she is at her job as being a lawyer, and we'll see that side of her, which is really strong and feisty, and she's got some spice that was really fun to play with. This last season that you're about to see, and I was really happy to sort of step into those lawyer shoes that Brie wears, because it's a side to her that you know is there, but when you see her in action, I think it's a whole other flavor, and it helps put the pieces together. And there'll be some family stuff as well with the Sheridans. You'll meet the parents, and you get a little bit more information on where the brother and sister, like their family, where they come from, which I think is going to be interesting.
That's nice. We really enjoyed the bike ride in last season.
Yeah.
I hope to see you both again on bike ride. Even my kids enjoyed the bike ride more than me.
Oh, really? That's so fun. I'm trying to remember. Like, you'll definitely see the bike, and you'll see more of Brie and Brady for sure.
Yeah. Because you already answered somebody's question saying Brie will be more like complex, criminal, and romantic. So we love watching you and Teddy together a lot.
Oh,
so
great.
looking forward to that. And my second question is, what about the most this time? Are you gonna dance to any new tune?
I mean, it won't be like that season. That's like its own special thing in that dance scene in the bar. There's a tiny bit of dancing. That's all I'm going to say. It's not the same.
We really enjoyed it.
Oh, thank you. I mean, I'm personally happy to not have to do that again, but I'm glad everybody liked it so much.
All right. Cool. Thank you so much.
Thank
you
you.
so much.
Nice to
All
see
the
you.
very best.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
Leah, have you managed to sort out your audio? Or not yet? If not, maybe Leah, do you want to go? I still can't hear you. Maybe if you want to go back out of the Zoom and then come back in. Yeah? Okay, cool. Give that a go. Okay. So now we are going to go to Diana, and Diana has said that she doesn't usually get hooked onto TV shows, but she's absolutely hooked onto Virgin River. So Diana, what's your question for Zibby?
Hi, Zibby. It's good to see you again. I was on your last interview.
Hi, I remember, yeah.
Your Team Kentucky here. Yay, Zibby.
Yay. Awesome. Awesome.
And I'm hooked on the show, and I try to get everybody in my neighborhood. I live on a cul-de-sac with 12 houses, and I try to get everybody to have a Virgin River night. And your dance was amazing. Season 5, bring it back. There we go. We're already thinking
great.
season 5. Bring it back.
Yeah.
My question for you is, are you getting recognized more now that you took the show away, you and Brady's season, the last season? So are you getting recognized when you go out to dinner or wherever with your husband or friends?
Yeah, it is actually, it happens quite a bit. And like I mentioned earlier, we were in the UK not too long ago, and I got recognized a lot there, which was cool. I think mostly people were so confused to see me in Scotland and Ireland. I got a lot of, what are you doing here? Like they weren't expecting to see me. So I think people were more like eager to come up and make sure, am I seeing what I think I'm seeing? But yeah, I do get recognized, and I think it's so lovely because like I keep saying, the fan base is so nice that when someone comes up to me to say they like the show or they appreciate Brie or just that they watch it, there's so much warmth and sweetness. It's a lovely little moment, and I'm really grateful for that. So yeah, it's cool. It's an interesting thing to navigate too with my husband. You know, we're learning because that's a new thing for us. So we're learning how to, just pivot when we're in the middle of a conversation and someone comes up to us. But honestly, I don't mind at all. I think it's really cool. And I think what it requires of somebody to come up to somebody and say something is a sort of bravery. Like I've never been good at that. I've never been good at coming up to somebody that I admire. So I admire people who are willing to do it,
Oh, well, thank you. You're one of the sweetest and most humble people on these interviews that we've ever met. Thank you.
Oh, that's so nice. Thanks. Were you the one with the sweet dog?
I don't have a dog now, so my dog now.
Oh, okay. I don't know why. Like someone I was talking to before had a dog, and I thought maybe it was you. But anyway, I do remember.
You've met thousands of people, I'm sure, but I didn't have a dog. I'm just your Team Kentucky gal.
I love it. Go Kentucky. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Leah, have we managed to sort out your sound? Oh, please.
Does it work?
Yes! Yay!
It works?
Yay!
It worked, Leah.
Yay! I would like first to apologize for my accent because my first language is French, so.
Leah, never apologize for your accent. I love your accent. I wish I had an accent like
Thank
yours.
you.
It's gorgeous. Yeah.
So I was wondering if there were any resemblance between you and Brie.
Good question.
Great question. I hope so, because I really like Brie a lot. I always think that any character I get to play sort of shows up to teach me something about myself or to help me express some aspect of myself that maybe I don't lead with in normal life. So I think Brie, honestly, I think of her as a friend. She's really taught me about strength and resiliency and finding that inside of myself so that I can bring that out for that character. I think we're similar in that we're both, playful. Brie has little moments where you can see, especially with her brother Jack, where she gets a little cheeky, and that really feels like a good intersection between me and the character Brie. I think she's probably a lot more intelligent than I am. She's a lawyer. I feel like that's something I could never do. But yeah, there's some similarities, and she cares. She's got a huge heart, and she's very driven, and I do relate to that. I think in order to be in this business, you have to have a healthy dose of ambition, which can be a frustrating trait as well. Things don't go the way you want them to at the rate that you want them to, which certainly happens in my business. But I think there are a couple points of intersection, and then I think that we have a lot of differences as well. And like I said, I like to learn about those differences and try and cultivate them in myself.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Glad you got your sound working.
Yay, awesome, thank you. Hey, we're going to go back to so Marisa. So Marisa and Kerry. Marisa, what's your question?
My questions kind of have been covered already, and talk about accent. I apologize for mine.
No apologies. Stop it. These accents are so beautiful.
But it can be funny though. So I just wanted to ask, and you did cover it a bit, but I was thinking about the cooking show you did with Martin and Alex. I mean, we had a great time, we laughed, but was it as fun as it looked?
It was.
Apart from the teasing that was so obvious.
Oh my gosh, see, so you can see the way, especially Martin loves to tease me, but it's all in good fun. Like, we really laughed so hard. It was as fun as it looked. Hopefully we do another one, but that's genuinely just like what it is when the three of us get together. So yeah, it's a hoot. I mean, I was a little nervous because they do the shows all the time, and when they invited me on, I was like, people are gonna know that I can't cook, I'm not very interesting, I'm such a massive dork, and they're like, exactly, that's why we want you. I'm like, great, guys. No, it's wonderful.
You did a great job. It was sweet to see how you were nervous and embarrassed, and they were really laughing.
Thank you. See, that's where Brie and I are not at all similar. She's so much cooler and smoother, and I'm just like, way dorkier and unpolished, but that's fine.
But Brie is a bit like that as well. She has her vulnerabilities, doesn't she? And...
yeah, that's true. Yeah. That's true.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you, Marisa.
Thank you.
Funnily enough, as you were asking that question, Marisa, we had Beatrice, who is from Paris, France, who sent me an email actually, who's just said that she's just joined YouTube. And she said, I saw you during the cooking show with Martin and Alex. It was funny. You said you don't cook. Did the cooking show make you want to cook a little more?
No.
No.
No, not really. Like, look, my husband is the house chef. I like baking, and Alex taught me a lot about baking bread over the season. I do love baking sweets and treats. Cooking is still a little intimidating to me. Maybe if we do a couple more and I don't get so chastised for, say, bringing half the amount of mussels that I apparently was supposed to bring. I just don't feel confident in the kitchen in that regard. And thankfully, I'm married to a man who loves to cook for me. So, I don't need to yet.
Yeah. Zibby, I must admit, I'm exactly the same. I cannot cook, but my husband loves to cook. So I'm very lucky.
It's so fortunate, isn't it?
It really is. Zibby, we're just going to go back to Liz and Kate. Liz and Kate, have you got another question for Zibby?
Yes, okay. So I'm going to ask another question. Thank you for the opportunity. So we are from Italy, so I think you can notice our accent. We do not apologize.
Love it.
I think you can notice our accent, okay? So we're trying to do our best.
Your accent is perfect and gorgeous.
So we will be going to Turin, Torino, and to celebrate our vacay. And during the night, we're gonna swim a Virgin River after all the day. So, but our question is on another type of question. So we would like to know, when did you realize acting was your destiny? There is a special moment when you find out this was your choice in life to do?
It's really dorky, it's like cheesy answer, but if I'm being really honest, when I was little, my older brother was in a play. I was 7, and I saw him in like a little community theater play, and it was a Hans Christian Andersen play, and he was singing a song called Inchworm, and I was overcome. I was like very emotional. I was so moved. And my mom was like, what? Get yourself together. And I'm like, Mom, I have to do this. And she's like, first of all, be quiet. There's a show happening. And she's like, you have to wait until you're 8 years old. And so when I was 8, I auditioned, for the community play in town. And I never stopped. So I don't know. if I knew it was a destiny, I just knew I always wanted to do it. And I probably spent more time worrying that my destiny was supposed to be something other than this thing that I really love. I never really looked back. I just always loved storytelling. I still do. I'll do it for the rest of my days. Even if people stop watching, even if I don't get paid to do it, I just love it.
Did you get inspired maybe by a specific genre? Do you like a specific genre of a movie to watch or to get inspired by?
Yeah. I remember seeing, I don't know if anyone's going to know this movie, but it's called, I think, Man in the Moon with Reese Witherspoon when she was quite young. She was like 15. I remember seeing that too when I was, a little bit older, and I could understand that you can sort of act in television film as well. And her performance in that and that story kind of broke my heart, and I really, really, that's when I knew I wanted to do movies and TV versus just plays. So, and that's kind of like, honestly, genre-wise, tone-wise, it's very similar to Virgin River, actually. If you've seen it, you might agree. It's a little more tragic in the end, but it's heartfelt and meaningful and romantic, and it's sort of a coming-of-age story. So, yeah. You should watch it if you haven't seen it. It's a beautiful movie. It's old now, but it's so good.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So have you got another question that you'd like to ask Zibby?
Yes, I do. Is it difficult to do romantic scenes, and is there something you do to prepare yourself?
Yeah, I brush my teeth. Is it difficult? No. It's less difficult than I thought it would be. Part of that is because, my scene partner in this case, Ben Hollingsworth, who plays Brady, we just work really well together. There's a real ease and a trust and a level of respect that we established right away. And so it really took the nerves down for me going into it. It's pretty seamless, like shockingly. And like I've said a million times, I'm kind of nerdy and I get nervous and I can be very, very self-conscious. My biggest fear is that I'm always stinky. I've always worried about that as a kid even. But, I just make sure I brush my teeth, learn my lines, and then we work really well together. It gets really technical. Making out's not on set is not as smooth as it looks like once you see it all edited together. It's very technical. We choreograph it. And so we know what we're doing kind of at every turn, quite literally every turn, every smooch, every head movement. So by the time we actually film it, it's sort of this well-rehearsed thing,
Thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you. Dom, have you got another question for Zibby?
I do, yes. Thank you. Zibby, I was going to ask what your day looks like when you have to go into set. How long does it take for maybe makeup or prep before you start actually shooting? What does that day look like?
Yeah, we get what they call a call sheet the night before, which outlines which scenes we'll be filming the following day, as well as a call time, which for me is usually, if I'm first up in the morning, I'm usually in around 4:30, 5:30, 6 a.m., really early.
Wow.
Because they have to process me in hair and makeup. It probably takes an hour between hair and makeup. And then we go to set and we rehearse the movements that they call it blocking on set for camera. So we figure out where we're going to stand, when we're saying what lines, what we're picking up and sitting down. And we rehearse that for camera so that then we can go away, just do the last finishing touches while camera sets up where they're going to position themselves based on how we choreograph the scene. And we go in and film it. And the actual filming of each scene takes way less time than all the setup it takes. I'm sure you've heard that saying, hurry up and wait. So it's probably an hour, sometimes an hour and a half in between setups, in between scenes. And then when you film it, it probably takes all of 10 minutes.
Oh, wow. That's fascinating. Yeah. Thank you.
Isn't it? Yeah. It's very strange. But cool. It's a lovely, easy day, and the crew's nice. It's like going to camp with all of your favorite people. So it's a lot of joy in between and laughter and tons of snacks. There's just
Sounds
always...
like
Yeah, it's so fun, but you got to be careful because like you can watch me over a season kind of grow in size because Crafty makes the best peanut butter and jelly sandwich of my life. I love it so much. So I will, if I'm not careful, I will eat like 5 PB&Js in one shoot day. It's not good.
Sounds good.
Thanks, Dom. Zibby, we've got another question from someone who's watching live. Have you ever thought about directing more?
Yeah, absolutely. Probably not on Virgin River at this stage because there are so many other people who've been on the show longer who are ready to direct. And Tim Matheson's actually directed. But yes, I've certainly shadowed directors. I think what I'm going to do is write a film and direct it myself. I'm in the middle of writing a film that I'd like to also be in, and then and direct it so I can really try on like long form directing and be sort of the master of my own ship first before I try and take an entire production on the ride as I, navigate being a rookie director. But yeah, absolutely. I'm very interested in that in my future.
So if you need a location, New Zealand is just as beautiful as Canada. So if you want to film just pop on down here.
Great, thank you. No, I would absolutely love to film in New Zealand. That'd be really dreamy. Maybe I need to change the location of my script.
I think so. Yeah.
Great.
Absolutely.
This was a good business meeting. Great. Yeah.
Awesome. Elizabeth, have you got another question for Zibby?
I do.
It's not a teacher question, is it?
It's not a teacher question.
Okay.
Well, maybe it is. I can't help myself. I teach second grade, so they ask me tens and thousands of questions all day long.
Great.
So, Zibby, I know that you probably can't give episode titles away, but what do you think is the best episode of season 4? One that's going to make fans go like, wow.
Oh no. I don't know how to answer that. Oh shoot. I mean, please don't hold me to this because the first time I watch, because I've had a preview. The first time I watch, I usually watch like one eye open. I really struggle to watch myself. It's hard, and so I may change my answer once I go back and watch it again. I always have to get the first one out of the way. But to be honest, I think the second episode is pretty great. Like it kicks off like a lot of the complexity that we're gonna face through the season. I mean, if I change my answer, I'll put it on Instagram and I'll say, pay attention, Elizabeth, I've changed my answer. But I think episode 2 is pretty cool.
So you've seen the whole season?
I've been able to preview it.
Okay.
No, it's not like they still have some finishing touches. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say that, but here we are. I'm live, so there's no taking it back. Yeah.
Okay. That sounds good.
Yeah, I love he's like, all right, great, that never happened.
Yeah, that never happened. No,
I'm pretty sure you're allowed to know.
Yep, I must admit when I did an interview with Martin, and it was the first one I did with him, and it was just a one-on-one, and he let slip something, and then he emailed me and he said, "Oh, Netflix has said, can you please cut that bit out?" So I had to go and cut the bit out of the interview, but what you said was perfect.
Okay, great. Yeah, no,
yep,
I mean, we have to be able to see it to like be able to talk about it generally, and so I'm positive that I didn't ever speak. But
you're safe. I think you're safe. Yep, absolutely.
Thanks, Kate. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Diane, have you got another question? Oh, Kentucky. We're going back to Kentucky.
Yeah.
Let's go back to Kentucky.
Yes, Team Kentucky's back here with one more question.
Yes.
Zibby, what scene has been your favorite so far? I know our favorite has been the dancing, but we'll go and your favorite scene. And I know you can't mention season 4, but season 3, which one was your favorite besides the dance scene?
Okay. Honestly, I don't know. It was my favorite, probably just to do, which was, so my answer is not necessarily like it's the best scene but I loved doing it, which is, it was the scene with Mel. I filmed with Alex at the logging festival. So yes, we were freezing, but it's where I meet her in the medical tent, and I'm apologizing for Bree's apologizing for having passed out, and then at the end they agree to go get donuts together. And the reason why I loved doing that is because we were losing the light. We were both really cold. We had the shortest amount of time to film that scene. I mean, we basically had to do it in one long shot. And it's when I first got a glimpse of how on it Alex is, and we both just sort of jumped in and made it work. And it had a really smooth beginning, middle, and end. It was so easy to work together, and I could really feel the chemistry happen there between us. You know, it was great. It was lovely. And I was like, dang, this woman is so good. Like, she's just so good at what she does, and it's such a joy to work with people like that. So I had a ball doing that. Yeah.
I think that's why everyone likes Virgin River. It seems like all the cast members get along well, their chemistry goes well. At least that's what we're perceiving, and we're hearing from these interviews that they do. And I think that's pretty incredible when you watch shows that every character is my favorite.
Yeah.
I know, they're all so good, aren't they? I love everyone. It's like, it just feels like you're in the little town of Virgin River. There's so much sweetness and yeah, genuine goodness in the cast. So I agree. I think it's rare too. It's a special little thing.
Thank you. I can't wait for season 4, and get ready for those dance moves on season 5.
Yes, exactly. We'll see.
All right, we're almost coming up on our hour, but Diane, have you got another question?
Yeah, I was hoping that maybe, Zibby, you could share a joke with us to end the session.
Oh my gosh, no pressure. Okay. Oh gosh. Okay. I'm so bad at jokes under pressure. Pressure's under jokes. See, that's how you know I'm nervous. Why do I knock on the refrigerator before I open it?
No idea.
Just to make sure no one's dressing. That's so bad. I think there's a better way to tell it. I'll tell you what I do. Look, everyone's like, ooh, Zibby. And here I am just talking about how much I love comedy. But like, I actually do it. I saw it on TikTok, but I do it to my husband. We're like, when we're in the kitchen, I'll knock on the refrigerator. I've done it twice, and I've gotten him twice. Like, I can't believe he fell for it a second time. And he was like, what are you doing? I'm like, I just want to make sure no one's dressing. Get it? Because dressing. I did not crack him up, by the way. He felt nothing but just dismay and embarrassment for me. And I've just done it again. I've embarrassed myself with the worst joke yet.
It was funny. Thank you.
Okay, so Zibby, thank you so much. There are a few people I just want to thank before we wrap up. Firstly, thank you to one of my best friends who's on, you can't see her, well actually you can, Shelley, who got up at 4 o'clock this morning to come help out. She's been amazing. To Cheryl, who I've never met before, she's just come into my life, and she's been helping organise these interviews, which is amazing. Yesterday there was a guy called, these amazing people, a guy called Mark I met last night. He is a tech guy for Go Live Media. He's now going to be helping me out, which is amazing.
Awesome.
Zibby, your team of Sam, Casey and Jen, they've been amazing to help organise these interviews. To all the fans who have joined in, also thank you to Team Mel, Virgin River series fans, Virgin River Moments on Instagram. They've been amazing at promoting this as well. You've got so many fans who can't make it because they're at work, but they're watching it live or joining next time. Thank you also to everyone who's joined in the interview, but Zibby, to you, thank you, and I hope we can do this again once season 4 has aired, because there'll be so many more questions.
I'd love to. Honestly, Bea, I think what you're doing here is so cool, and it's so special, and it's such a unique and rare thing. It's so lovely to do it every time, and thank you to you on behalf of me and my team, because you're just so wonderful and communicative, and this is always so joyful. So anytime, I'm happy to join anytime.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, look, all of us have got the countdowns on, and so yeah, I will be back in touch so that we can have another one after season 4. But yeah, enjoy the rest of your day, Zibby. Thank you so much.
Thanks. Enjoy season 4, guys.
We
Let me know what you think, and we'll see you. We'll see you on the other side.
Awesome. Thank you, Zibby.
Okay. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.